Hi, I'm Kevin Eikenberry, and I'm here to help you reach your potential as a leader and a human being. Welcome to Remarkable TV and the Remarkable Leadership Podcast. Today we're talking about the importance of self-care. Are you ready? Well, let's get started. In the world today, people are running hard. They're running fast. Many people are so focused on taking care of those around them, be that their children, their spouse, their clients, their teammates, their students, or their patients, that they're not taking good enough care of themselves. I've even recently heard about a nursing school adding a course on the importance of and how to take better care of ourselves as a part of the nursing school curriculum. What they're recognizing is my point for you today, and that is that self-care isn't selfish. So many times when we want to be outwardly focused, we forget about ourselves. And so what I want to do today is not only sell you on this idea that self-care isn't selfish, but teach you a little bit, give you some ideas about how you can start to do it. Here's a short list. First of all, remember that intention is a habit override. However stressed, however frustrated, however tired you are feeling now, it's because of the habits that you have. It's about what you're doing that's giving you that result. And so if you realize now that that's not working for you, you have to create new habits. And it starts with your intention. Our intention is to say, I got to get out of autopilot and try something different, which leads us to creating new routines or new habits so that we are creating a habit that will support us being healthier, will support us being less stressed, will support us getting better rest, whatever that might be. So realize where you might be falling short and then intentionally say, this is what I need to fix. You don't have to try to fix 41 things, but maybe there's one or two key things that can make a big difference in your habits. Next, make time. You may be saying, Kevin, that all sounds good. You don't know how busy I am. You're right, I don't. But I know what's on my list. And I know that if I don't make the time for myself, even if it's small amounts of time, whether that be for exercise, a mental relaxation, whatever it is, if I don't make that time, it won't find itself. We have to be conscious and make that time. Next, do what feeds you. Maybe that's reading. Maybe that's zoning out with TV for a short time. Maybe that's a hobby. Figure out what that is and do the things that will reinvigorate you, will nourish you mentally, physically, and emotionally. Do what feeds you. Next, focus on what you can influence. I know that the situation might be hard. I know that you might be juggling a lot of balls and not sure exactly how to manage them all. I know that worrying about those things that you can't control don't help. Focus on what you can influence. Notice what I've said. You can influence your own habits. You can influence your own thought patterns. You can influence those things. Make that your focus. Focus on what you can influence. I would be remiss on this list to not include the next one, which is to say, I encourage you to be careful with social media. If social media feeds you, if it actually lifts you up, if the people that you interact with there make you feel better or support or encourage you, then by all means stay. But for many of us, the time we spend there, which seems mindless, is actually sapping our energy, is making us more negative, and isn't helping us. Just be careful with how you interact with and how you leave social media feeling. And lastly, grant yourself some grace. All of this is hard. You're not going to get it right all the time, and you're not going to get it perfect, and that's okay. What we're talking about is taking better care of ourselves. And when we do that, we can then take better care of others. We can be of more service to others. We can be more effective in our work and in the rest of our lives. Let me close with today's tweet. Self-care isn't selfish. You can't give your best to others when you aren't at your best. It's always been important for us to take care of ourselves. But in a time when we're working and living in the same place every day, 24/7, it matters more than ever. And we talk about that in our brand new book, The Long Distance Teammate. You can learn more about this book, not only to help you with self-care, but to be more productive, effective, and to be an effective and helpful teammate to those you work with. You can learn more at longdistanceteammate.com. We'll be back here next week with another episode of Remarkable TV and the Remarkable Leadership Podcast.